Bonjour. It is Saturday, December 16th, 2023, and I am on the island of Saint Pierre. Yesterday, I went to the airport in the evening to ask about getting a flight to the island of Miquelon. I reserved a flight for today. The flight leaves in about 45 minutes. It's about a 5-minute drive to the airport, so we better get going. The plane to Miquelon is a little tiny hopper. It looks like it has about 12 seats to it. I saw it yesterday on the runway, and it was a tiny little thing. And I understand why the flight was canceled, because of high wind. One thing I did want to say is that it's a real possibility that you can get to Miquelon, but then you can't get back, at least by plane. So there is a possibility that I fly to Miquelon and the flight goes smooth, but then the wind picks up as the day goes on, and then in that case I have to take the ferry back home, and the ferry doesn't come until about 7 o'clock at night. That really sucks. Well, I went to get my ticket to go to Miquelon. Sounds like the plane's landing. But I went to get my ticket, and I confirmed that I was coming back this afternoon, to which he said that flight might get canceled. And I said, well, if the flight gets canceled, I can take the ferry back, right? And he said, well, the ferry might get canceled if the wind is too strong. And so I said, well, okay. Well, is there a flight tomorrow morning? No. No flight tomorrow morning. There's also no ferry tomorrow morning. It sucks. I think that just means I'll have to come back to Saint Pierre so that I can go to Miquelon. That really, really sucks. There's a bit of hail falling from the sky now, which is maybe I can try to see that as a sign that it's a good thing I didn't go to Miquelon. If I can't go to Miquelon myself, then I'll do the next best thing and watch the plane to Miquelon take off. There it goes. It's moving. I should have been on that plane. That sucks. Just because we didn't make the Miquelon doesn't mean there still aren't a few things here in Saint Pierre left to see. One of them is something that I like to see often. It's a cemetery. So Saint Pierre went back and forth between British and French rule for many years. During the 1700s and the 1800s, the British ruled it, the French ruled it, the British ruled it. It was called Saint Peter when the British ruled it. And there were times when the British actually ruled Saint Pierre, but let the French citizens stay. These look mostly like younger people. Anita Dore, 1912 to 1954, then somebody else who died in 1975. I see a mausoleum up there. Definitely want to check that out. But most of these tombstones here look pretty new. Now look at this guy, Familia Hugien Clocher. Huge plot right here. There's a park down there that we'll go to maybe in a couple of minutes. But just because I'm not going to make it to Miquelon on this trip doesn't mean I won't ever make it to Miquelon. The truth of the matter is that it's not like this is the other side of the world. This was really a relatively easy place to get to. It required 2 flights, 1 transfer. Some of these look much older. You can see this guy here. This tombstone's just completely fallen over. Whereas this is a little spooky because I feel like I could move a few rocks and maybe see some bones. Probably a coffin, but you never know. So none of these really older looking ones have dates on them. It says, oh, wait a minute. Despiermont, 1916, age 32. Now, I don't know if 1916 is the date of death or the date of birth. I'm going to assume the date of death. In which case, this has been here for about 100 years. Now, this is interesting. This is interesting because the tombstone is in English. In memory of our darling children, Harold. Died February 3rd, 1898, age 13 months. Rest in peace, Harold. Rest in peace, little baby Harold. These people are just greedy. Now, this was something that I noticed in Punta Arenas as well. And I suppose in cemeteries all over the place. You have a lot of children. Here you have Solis Kmart. Solis Kmart. Kmart. That's an off-color joke. But this child was born in 1909 and died in 1911. This is a 110-year-old tomb right here. It's a little weird. You can literally see under the tomb, but I don't see a coffin, and I don't see any bones either. David Slaney makes no mention of when he passed away. I mean, look at this. This is completely disintegrated. And I don't want to ask a rude question, but I'm really curious. Like, if I started digging around in here, would I find bones? I'm not going to do it, but I'm kind of tempted. If I'm being honest, I am a little tempted. Whoa! I'm guessing this is a path that goes around this lake. Let's look. I mean, if I had gotten trapped on Miquelon, it would have caused all kinds of problems. Tomorrow, I'm heading to St. John's in Newfoundland. I think there's 1 flight a week, maybe a couple, I don't know. But it's not as though if I miss the flight tomorrow, I could just catch a flight on Monday. It's not that easy. It's very possible I could have made it to Miquelon and been trapped until Monday, which would have been all kinds of problematic. Are these Canadian geese? If so, I hope that they know they are in French territory. Vive la France, geese! And maybe it's a good thing I didn't go to Miquelon, because like I said, maybe I would have ended up trapped there until Monday. It's a little too windy for this nature walk. I'm aborting this mission, heading back to the car. I started this journey by saying I wanted to find out if I could live here in Saint Pierre. The answer is yes, I could. And the answer is not even yes, that I could. The answer is that I kind of want to. I love it. It's peaceful, it's quiet, it's French, it's cold. I like the fact that it's cold and that it's French. I really, really like that it's French. That's because je veux apprendre français. Or je veux apprendre à parler français. I want to learn to speak French. I spent a good portion of the last few years becoming fluent in Spanish. And I feel that I've achieved fluency in Spanish. Now it's time to do it in another language. There's a handful of languages I've always wanted to be fluent in. English. I guess I never explicitly wanted to be fluent in English. I just am. Spanish. My father's Bolivian. I go to Bolivia all the time. I have half my family, half my bloodline speaks Spanish. So I wanted to learn Spanish. French. French is like Spanish. I've always wanted to learn French. Russian. Russian is a cool language. I studied it in high school for about a year. I'd love to learn Russian. And then Thai. Bom mia Thai. Bom dai pusat Thai nui. I can speak a little Thai, but I just spoke it there with a French accent for some reason. I'd like to live here. I went on Google and I looked up burger Saint Pierre. 3 places came up. One already closed for the weekend. It's Saturday at 7 p.m. It's closed. Doesn't open again until Monday. All right, so I check out a second one. That one is seasonal, only open during the tourist season. Okay, I can't fault them too much for that. But then the last one, oh no, it's cheese night, no burger. There's a restaurant down here I want to check out. Wait a minute, let me see something. All right, this is one of the bars that I don't like. It's lasagna bolognese. I don't know what salade de burger. All right, I'm gonna try the Planet Place. I can't find shit to eat. There's nothing to eat in this town. Everything. All right, I have another plan. I think the place I went to on Sunday, they're open. That means I will have been to one restaurant in Saint Pierre. I'm literally back in the restaurant that I came to my first day here, and on my last day here, I'm at that same restaurant. But I've been dying for red meat. I've just been craving red meat, so they have beef, steak. Gonna get it. Why not? Apparently this is a traditional French dish. I have beef with cheese sauce, some veggies, and of course, bread. I'm a little excited to try this because literally I feel like my body has no iron and I've been craving red meat. I didn't want to wait till tomorrow when I get to St. John's. I actually looked up in St. John's if there is a McDonald's in St. John's, which there are several. I asked for it medium rare. It's medium rare. Look at it. It's a little raw, but it's not very warm. It's good. And we have desserts. Yeah, I am indulging tonight. It's my last night in Saint Pierre, so I decided to go out to dinner, and I'm gonna have dessert with my dinner. Don't you dare judge me. It's like I said, there's island time and there's island food. The food on an island is never really great. And that's why I prefer to go to the grocery store to get bread, to get cheese, to get meat. I can make my own meals and they're just as good, if not better, than what you're going to get at a restaurant on most islands. I suppose if you like seafood, then you're probably in luck, because that's what you should be eating on an island. I don't like seafood very much. I think this just about ends my time here in Saint Pierre. Tomorrow, I head to St. John's, Newfoundland. It's been a great week, and honestly, I can't wait to come back, because I'm coming back, and I'm going to Miquelon. I have to make the tattoo legit. I'm not gonna walk around with an illegitimate tattoo. I'll see you soon, probably from St. John's. Until then, thanks for watching. Be sure to click on subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.